They can delay you, nevertheless. They also fast track and make you move faster, but they can never stop you. What stop men from succeeding in life is the factor embedded in us. It's called determining factors. What that is called? So those factors that determine your success is the most important factors you need to focus on, because once you grow and improve those factors, your life become better. So those determining factors, there are about so many of them. We have the faith, of course, courage to take action, commitment to follow a process, determination, vitality, fidelity. These are the factors that determine your success. So if you look at it very well, you are the most important factor. Tell your neighbor, I am the most important factor. That one is still begging for a recharge card. Turn to your neighbor, tell your, you are the most important factor. So instead of blaming the government, the Tinubu, no, you are the factor that determines your success in life. So we're going to start a new series of outlines. This period is called the process of production. The process of production. What do you actually want to produce? Success, abundance. The process of production. What do you want to produce? Soap, liquid soap, air freshener, chairs, poultry, anything you want to produce. There's a process to everything. So we have to look at how to grow a big allowance. In anything you do, how to grow a big allowance. How to grow a big allowance. So how to grow your allowances, whether it's in finance, it's in marriage, anything you want to do. So we have some outlines here. We have some outlines here. So about 8 outlines. So we have to look at it together. So the first outline we see here is called, number 1 is called the context for the concept. Context for the concept. Context for the concept. Context for the concept. So for the concept. Okay, number 2 outline we have here is the God's success system. We have been shouting this over and over again. God's success system. God's success system. That is the be, the doing, and the having. And then we have another one here which says the process of production. The process of production. The process of production. So if you understand the process of production, you'll be so happy that you're part of that process. And then the harvest time is your allowance. Let's get to clean this. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so because most of the time, what you are passing through, when you're thinking that God hates you, don't know God was only wanting to grow. You think that, oh, let me wait for God's time. No, God already finished everything. God is waiting for you at the time that you should be waiting for to grow, to become mature, to handle some resources. God will never allow you to handle some level of resources until you are resourceful to handle those resources. So we have here how big is your allowance? Okay. How big is your allowance? How big is your allowance? Okay. How big is your allowance? So number 7 here, we have here the brown but not big. Brown but not big. Okay. So we have the divine, the divine suddenly. Is that what? Okay. Maybe the divine suddenly. Okay. Let's just put it there. We'll get there. The divine suddenly. So all those things that people say and say suddenly happened, this guy became successful. It's not like that. So we have these 8 outlines to do to cover this course. So, and it simply means we have to apply the law of process, the law of the process. We must apply it. So let's get to work. And I don't know whether I've written the 8 outlines. The process of production, how to grow a big allowance in your business, in your investment, in your marriage, in your spiritual work with God, how to grow anything, how to give more allowances. We have context for the concept, God's success system, and then the process of production, harvest time, 4 grounds, and how big is your allowance, ground but not baked, and then also the divine suddenly. What people say suddenly he becomes successful. No, you already grown down before you start growing up. And people never see when you're going down, how you are passing to, for a seed to start putting the root down, it will fight among rejections, opposition, adversity, everything. You're going to struggle. But when you have left some root, you begin to grow up, it's going to make a whole lot of difference. And when people start seeing, say, wow, it's just suddenly grow up like that. No, you have to grow down before you grow up. It's one of the principles of productions. You have to go to the laboratory, you have to exercise before you go to the ring to display your championship. Champions, of course, are not made on the rings. They are made outside the rings, okay? So let's get to work right now this morning. Let's start from the first one. The first one is context for the concept. So you are with me, right? Context for the concept. So we have to put in that God's success systems involve 4 things which we already discussed. It involves seasons. And seasons simply describes purpose. God's success secret, God's success system describe. God's success system involve number 1, season. Number two, seed. We define seed as potentials. So it's not because you have potentials, the miracle will start happening. No, you must still subject that seed to a process. And then it also demands time. Time simply means process. It simply describes process. And then also is described about harvest. Harvest simply says produce. Whatever you produce, okay, produce only comes from seed. So I said God's success system involve these four things. God's success systems involve these four things: that you are gifted, that you have talent. Talent is not enough. You have to work on your talents, work on them, develop them, deploy them before you make the money you want. So why we are saying this is because God always plans what He wants to produce. God always plans what He wants to produce. God sow where He wants to grow. God invests where He wants to increase, where He expects to increase. So if you have written this one, shall I? If I'm not done yet, shall wait for me. This is serious. A lot of big mouths is here right now, right? So we are still on the context for the concept because I've seen so many young people that have talents, that have gifted, that have potentials, that they have this energy in them. The problem, the major problem, that they don't know how to focus on planting or putting a process, and they think that temporary defeat is a permanent failure. Temporary defeat is not a permanent failure. For everything you want to try, it's always difficult for the first time. You want to go to gym, it's difficult for the first time. You want to ride bicycle, it's difficult for the first time. You want to drive a car, it's difficult for the first time. Anything you want to do is always difficult for the first time. But you have to persist through that difficult moment and before you get to success, because so failure is part of success. It's not the opposite of success. So that thing you call failure is called temporary defeat. What does it called? Temporary defeat. Tell your neighbor. Temporary defeat is not a permanent failure. If you are not used to reading books, if you start reading books, it becomes difficult. Please don't quit. Where did you miss it? Number what? Number 7. I said brown, but not big. No, it's the divine suddenly. I'm going to explain. Don't worry. The divine suddenly. You know what? If it was a suddenly he became successful. No, it's not suddenly. That person that happened suddenly, he has spent more time in the dark. He has spent more time in silence. He has spent more time in the secret. He has spent more time. Anything that stand and shine and endure the test of time, I can assure you, that person, that seed has spent more time where nobody can realize him, where nobody can. Just like David, just like Joseph, all the people you see that ever succeeded in life, they have spent more time in secret, they have spent more time in the darkness, they have spent more time in silence, they have spent more time to do things that nobody recognizes them for. When David killed the animal that came to eat the father's sheep, did somebody recognize him? No. Did they give him? Did they celebrate about it? No. When he was even anointed, of course, but it wasn't even celebrated. His own coronation, they forgot him. But when the guy finally manifested by killing Goliath, did they celebrate him? Yes. If you can say Saul killed 10,000, you kill about how many thousand or so? More than so. It was a problem. But they forgot about those years that the guy was in the bush. They forgot about those years of darkness, those years of silence. Because for you to grow taller, you must ready to pass through a process. And when you understand the purpose of a process, you will not complain. How you always? Most of us went to school. Remember when I was going to school, I want to be a graduate. I want to make my parents proud. So because of that, some days we drink Gary, our head will be very big, our eyeballs will be big. If you drink Gary too much, what you know, your head will be very, very big. That is the only problem. Yes, yes. You will help with him. Why you know one again? So that the thing is this. You are with me here, shall I? Okay, you are still waiting. Shall wait for me. You have to wait too. We have to continue. Okay, so let's write this on that. Right under context for the concept. Let's just give one or two notes. God writes it that God plants what He wants to produce. God plants what He wants to produce. How are we sure that He plants? In Genesis, God planted the Garden of Eden. He did not create. The Bible says He planted. God plants what He wants to produce. Full stop. God sow where He wants to grow. God sow where He wants to grow. That's why He put the law. The seed and harvest time will never cease. So you have to see that for you to actually look for growth, for you to actually look for, you must ready to sow something. Don't go to relationships and start wanting things from relationship when you have not invested in that relationship. You dig your well before you are thirsty. You create relationship before you need them. You don't just go to the table and start to collect from the table. No, you have to invest first. Add value, support, contribute. Life is about contribution. I say God sow where He wants to grow. God invests where He expects to increase. Write it down. God invests where He expects to do what? Increase. God invests where He expects to increase. You know, this particular thing of wanting something for nothing is a religious act and it's a problem. God, I need miracle, I need miracle, I need miracle. Check almost all the miracles that Christ did. All of them, the people that were the subject with the one pushing. The one woman called, they have the issue of blood. She made a crowd. Did she meet crowd? Did you record that he was pushing? You know, there was many people pushing her away, but she persistently pushed. Remember the one that came to Christ said, "Please, I need bread." That one said, "The bread is not for, it's for children, not for dogs." Remember that story? That the woman has even the crumbs. You have to persist. Most of the things Christ did, it was people that actually, one came to Christ said that, "Please, my son is dead, I'll be sick. Please come and help my son." He said, "Just Christ, I'm coming." He said, "No, just say a word. I'm a man of authority." I say, "Go, they go, come, they come." Remember that story? That's tell you that for you to actually expect an increase, you must leave religion alone. You must actually go and start looking for relationship, because in relationship, you cultivate relationship, you grow. But I wrote on my note, religion prepares you to die, kingdom equips you to live. So let me go to where we are going to today. Write this one down. Purpose proceed power. Purpose proceed power. That means purpose proceed produce. Purpose proceed power. That is season proceed harvest. Purpose proceed power. That means before you look for produce, there should be purpose. Before you look for power, there should be purpose. So before you look for, and that purpose are potentials that you need to pass through a process that will give you the produce you want. So purpose proceed power, full stop. Until you have a sense of your life purpose, until you have a sense of your life purpose, you are going to live a life void of power and passion. Until you have a sense of your life purpose, until you have a sense of your life purpose, you are going to live a life void of power and passion. Until you have a sense of life purpose, you are going to live a life void of power and passion. Until you find a purpose for your life, you will live a life without power, you will live a life without passion. Until you have a sense of your life purpose, you are going to live a life void of power and passion. Why most of us are passionate about what we do is because we finally discover our purpose for our lives. So you too, we are giving you all this training to help you discover your own purpose. Until you find a sense of your life purpose, you are going to live a life of void of power and passion. So you must be purpose driven. You must be conscious of your life purpose, mission, and assignment. If you are not conscious about it, you're going to live a life of powerless. You're powerless. You have powerlessness, and you will not be passionate about anything. Write this down on your notes. Our purpose is discovered, not decided. Our purpose is discovered and not decided. So you don't decide. You only discover purpose by taking action. So you must take the action to leave your father's house like God. So you must take the action to take the first step until the land He will show you. You must take that passion. Our purpose is discovered and not decided. Purpose is what we discover as we go. Purpose is discovered as we go. So you must ready to at least take the first step to say, I want to discover my purpose. Sit about it, begin to talk about it, take action, begin to do certain things that you feel that is going to fulfill your purpose. That's when you start discovering your purpose. Our purpose is discovered, not decided. Our purpose is what we discover as we go. Full stop. If you are with me, shall I? That's what the Bible said. The path of the just is like a shining light, brighter and brighter unto a brighter day. So the step you take in the direction of your dream will bring the light of your purpose and your destiny. So write this one down on your note. Seed speaks and describe potentials. Seed speak and describe potentials. Seed speaks and describe potentials. Seed speaks and describe potentials. Every seed of greatness that God planted in you, every seed of greatness, success God planted in you, seed speaks of potentials. That means a seed is anything that have the potentials to build a system and structure to produce more of itself. Write this down. A seed is anything that have the potentials. A seed is anything that have the potentials. A seed is anything that have the potentials to build systems and structure to produce more than itself. That means you are a seed planted on this wall. You did not come, you came to disciple men, to have men like you. A seed is anything that have potentials to build systems and structure to produce more than itself. The way Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, they came with an idea. That idea is a seed. Mango is a seed. If you subject to a mango seed to a process of planting, it's going to germinate and bear more fruit. So a seed is anything that have the potential to build system and structure to produce more than itself. So you're not producing more than yourself. You are a wasted seed. I'm going to talk about 4 grounds. Human beings are ground. There are some ground you don't need to plant. So if I want to become an entrepreneur, I want to become an investor. So you must begin to say, okay, what is the solution I'm going to provide? Because the purpose of a business is not to make money. The purpose of a business is to find solutions to problems, provide, of course, solve problems. In the purpose of it, you make money. That's it. Just like the purpose of a car is not to put fuel. The purpose of a car is taken from one location to another, but you cannot do that without not putting fuel. Yes or yes? Yes. So the purpose of a business is to solve problems. So what problem you solve? What is your idea? Your ideas are seeds. Your concept is a seed. Your thought are seed. So you must convert those thoughts into a process to produce things. You must convert your ideas into a process to produce items. They're not items. You must subject your thoughts through actions to produce things. They're not things. God doesn't give you things. God doesn't give you items. God gives you ideas and thoughts. These are all seeds. They're not seeds. So you must plant them to get harvest. They're not harvest. So people that don't plant their seeds say, I'm talented. Okay, you must subject it to a process. So a seed is anything that have the potential to build system and structure to produce more than it sells. So write this one down on your note. Time speaks of purpose and process. Time speaks of process. Time speaks of process. Time speaks about process. Time speaks about process. Time speaks about process. Write this one down. There is a process. There's a process that's there's a process. There's a process in which every seed will pass through to get harvest. There's a process in which seeds turns to harvest. There's a process in which seeds turn to harvest. There's a process in which seeds turn to harvest. Fruit, a tree bears fruit. There's a process in which seeds turn to harvest. Let's just stop there. There's a process in which every seed turns to harvest. That I'm in a haste to have a baby doesn't mean that I will not wait for 9 months. That you're in haste to make money doesn't mean that you should not pass through a process of, we call it primary investment. What do you call it? Primary investment. Primary investment is majorly 4 things. It means knowledge investment, skill investment, investing in your business, and investing in quality relationship. That you're in haste to make money doesn't mean that you should miss this investment. If you miss primary investment, you will succeed. You definitely fail in secondary investment, which is financial opportunities like bonds, stocks, mutual fund. Anything you want to do, you're surely going to fail in them. So there's a process in which seed turns to what? Harvest. So there's a process in which you need to pass through to become the ultimate version of yourself. And if you do this process or jump this process, okay, you can never become the ultimate version of yourself. So you must enjoy every process that God subjects you to. So, but how do you know that you're passing through the process? We want to discuss that. How do you enjoy the process? We want to talk about that. How do you take advantage of every process? We want to discuss all those ones. But let's still go in. Write this one down. There's a process by which investment deliver return on it. There's a process by which investment deliver return on that investment, and it's always involved time. There's a process by which investment deliver returns on that investment, and that process involves time. There's a process by which investment deliver returns. There's a process by which every investment deliver returns, and it's always involved time. If you make investment, any type of investment, you plant the seed, that process involves time. You plant cassava stick, you need time for it to grow, to harvest, to get cassava. Anything you plant, you need time. Then why do you want to make money? And you are in a haste to make money. And this in a haste, you are dodging primary investment. You are dodging process of your production. You know go work. Because you still come back to the same place after 2 to 3 10 years of struggling to get money because you refuse to pass through the right process. Then a process. So you need time for every process. So it takes time for everything to happen because process was supposed to be in motion. Write this down right on your note. Very, very bold. Any attempts to bypass the process, any attempt to bypass, any attempt to bypass the process actually jeopardize the product or produce. Any attempt to bypass the process actually jeopardize the product or the produce. Any attempt to bypass the process actually jeopardize. Any attempt to bypass the process actually jeopardize the product or the produce. Any attempts you make to jeopardize any process, any attempt to bypass the process actually jeopardize the product or the produce. So I need baby now. You cannot give birth to 9 women. You will jeopardize yourself to give birth next month or next day. No, they must follow 9 months. So everything must pass through process. You're not because you want to be a graduate and you dodge secondary school. You jump from primary school to university. You know go work. You will jeopardize everything. You're going to squander and destroy everything. Not in the haste to you want to eat cassava. You just plant cassava stick today. Tomorrow you harvest it. You have killed everything. You've destroyed everything. So on the journey of becoming great in life, God wants to subject you to the kind of person that can handle that result. You're already the king. You're already in charge. But as far as you have not grown, as far as you're still a child, you cannot be handed over that resources because you squander resources because you are not yet resourceful. You have not yet become the person that can handle that resources. I have a 5-year-old son. I cannot carry my Mercedes Benz and give to that young man because he will go and have accidents because he's still a child. Yes or yes? Yes. That most of you are wanting, oh, God bless me, God bless me. God already blessed you. God is waiting for you to grow. Then I'll grow. And the only way you can grow is that you must pass through process. Growth does not happen outside process. Process is needed for growth. And where do you need to grow? On 4 things: knowledge investment, skill investment, your own business, and your own quality relationships. So as far as you still have bad relationships, okay, you are not ready to handle resources, because anything that God gives you, those bad relationships will destroy them. Bad communication corrupt good manners. Yes or yes? As far as you don't have your own business and make plans for money to work for you, God will not allow certain resources to come to your cause. As far as you don't pay yourself, God know that you are an eater, you destroy. Because God give bread to the sower, and God give bread to the eater, and give seed to what? The sower. So as far as you are an eater, God will never give you seed, because even if He give you seed, you still chop it. So people chop their errand boy and they become errand boy for life. God will never give you a certain amount of money, because any amount of money gives you, you will squander it. Because you've never learned the skills of paying yourself first. You are not yet disciplined to pay yourself first, to use that money to buy assets. So every money you save will not save you. It's the money you invest that will save you. You are telling me, when I have money, I will start saving. No, God is judging you by your action. Even if it's 1,000 naira, pay yourself 100 naira, 100 naira. That is the only way you can have the abundance you are looking for. But as you still chop and still give God excuses, why you are still broke and poor? God, God, you are have 10 million naira now. I would have said 1 million naira. God is looking at you. He that is faithful in little, to him much is what? Given. So you cannot even say 1,000 naira from every 10,000. I cannot say 100 naira for every 1,000 naira to use that money to buy assets. You will never be rich. God will never give you the resources you're looking for, because He knows even if He gives you, you are an eater. You eat everything and chop and chop and chop your future, chop everything, even borrow, old debt join. Problem there, no problem. So I say any attempt to bypass the process actually jeopardize the product or what they produce. So I want to say something that I want to make us very important. There's a process by which butterfly is formed. Yes or yes? So the fly comes in here as caterpillar, comes down there through a cocoon, and it comes there as butterfly. Now, that is the process that caterpillar must subject himself to. So if you go and try to save the caterpillar and try to open that cocoon, it will just fall on the ground, pop, and you will not turn butterfly. When I was in the village, we used to go to farm with my grandma. So we used to see this caterpillar cocoon. The girl was struggling. You watch the way this guy is struggling, and you might pity him. You might pity him. He said, let me go and help him. If you go and help him, you're just killed his destiny. Some people, you don't need to help some people in this life financially. Allow them to pass through woto. Make them get sense. Because the way you rush to help them, they've not learned anything. That is why I love mentorship. Tell me mentorship. I said the purpose of a mentor is not to solve your financial problem. The purpose of a mentor is to train you, teach you, show you how you can solve your financial problem by yourself. I like the kind of mentors that mentors me, and the kind of mentors who I am today. Because sometimes you have to allow somebody pass. You have to allow landlord throw his things outside. When his landlord threw his things outside, rain beat him 2 days, you call him. If you talk to him that time, his brain go reset. Yes or yes? Yes. If the landlord do things outside, you know what you going to think? You going to think, say, anytime you go, you're going to help him. That's why I say, when you're a giver, know your limit. Tell me what about. When you're a giver, know your limit. Takers have no limit. So that you don't go and give somebody that God is passing through a process, and you go and help him that is untimely help. The guy no go learn anything at all. Because too much free food disables their capacity to think. Tell anyone about. Too much free food disables their capacity to think. A man that is still eating mommy thank you at 28, 30 years, there's a problem. There's no problem. Because how can a man of 30 years still eating for mommy spot? The guy don't get entitlement. At 30 years, your mother will still cook food and dish and serve you at 30 years. Oh my God, that child don't get wahala. That mama should allow that child hunger to wire and well. Make him get sense. If you don't get sense, 40 years still they smile. 40, and they have a wonderful reasons. The excuses why they're eating their mother's food. That at 30 years, if you come close to me and say, put it from I go knock and watch the food come out for your mouth. No, now you don't allow him to think anymore. That is why I say that people, you have to allow them to pass through process. Process. Make their brain reset, because the moment you now come and create problem for yourself. I say that you don't give a poor man money more than 3 times, because he will never learn. If you give it the first time, he creates appreciation. It's an appreciation. Give it the second time, he creates anticipation. What does he create? Giving the third time, you create expectation. What did I say? That is when to stop. Don't stop it, because if you continue again, giving the fourth time, you're going to create entitlement mentality. What does it create? You have to stop it. Because if you continue again, you're going to create dependency syndrome. What did I say? The day you stop now, you're going to create problem. You're going to create resentment and hatred. What does it create? Resentment and hatred. So process is important. Allow Joseph to pass through pit. Allow him to pass through Potiphar. Allow the woman to lie against this young man. Make him go through prison, because he needs to have these muscles to handle the prime minister seat. Yes or yes? He has to allow David to go to the farm. Allow David to kill that animal. Allow him to face this horrible creature that want to kill the fathership. Allow him. Some of you have people too much that somebody is coming to your house. He's coming to your house. He's looking at your house. Whether you see grandma or you see Gary, the one will say, "Excuse me, I want to go bang him." No, the point is that allow him to go home hungry first. Make him go sit down and say, "What will I be doing right now to make money?" It comes to a point. So process is important, because if you have caterpillar when he's trying to become a butterfly, you've successfully sabotaged, jeopardized his future to become butterfly. Yes or yes? Okay, don't write this one, but listen to me. Sometimes when people that you care for in hard time, difficult time, pressurizing time, of course, becoming a messiah complex to them, trying to save them in times of problems and troubles, you're actually jeopardizing their future. Let them go through that problem. Let them try to fix it by themselves. They'll become stronger. Allow them to pass through this process. There's a process that comes in one way, and the other way you come out a different person. You come out being stronger. You come become a better person. Write this one down on your notes. Don't come out of any trial. Don't come out of every test and trial the same way you went in. Don't come out of every test and trial the same way you came in. Don't come out of every test and trial the same way you went into that trial. Don't come out of every test and trial the same way. Don't ever come out of every test and trial the same way. Don't ever come out. So you have a problem of house rent and you cannot pay. Please sit down and say, okay, from now inward, I must be dividing my house rent every 12 months. I will look for the money and be keeping, so that you have learned something. Don't come out of every test and trial the same way. Don't ever come out of it. That you wake up this morning, you need money to recharge your phone, you need money to load your phone, you need money to buy shoes, you need money to buy car, you need money to buy land, you need money to be out, you need money to pay school for your children, you need money for anything. Sit down and say, I don't want to ever pass through these things the second time. See, if you make mistake the first time, it's mistake. Make it the third time is a habit. And a habit. It's part of you. That is a problem. Because you don't want to even know that this is a problem to me. That you are begging somebody, but the person doesn't give to you. Then you now sit down and say, okay, I don't want to ever be a beggar. I am a giver. I will lend to nations. Tell them, I am a giver.
I am a giver.
I will lend to nations. Don't be comfortable with poverty. Poverty is bad. Poverty is difficult to explain. Tell your neighbor. Poverty is difficult to explain.
Poverty is difficult to explain.
That's a big problem. So don't ever pass through poverty, test and trial, and come out the same way you went into that process of trial. Because write this down and note. Every test and trial is part of the process. And it's designed to transform your mind. Every test and trial is part of the process. Every test and trial you pass through this life is part of the process. And it is designed, every test and trial is part of the process. And it is designed to transform you, improve your mindset, improve your skill set, and your tool set. Every test and trial is part of the process and is designed to transform you, improves your mindset, improves your skill set, and your tool set. Full stop. Every test and trial is part of the process. If you see everything you are passing through are part of the process and is designed to transform you, improves your mindset, improve your skill set, and improve your tool set. You know, complain. You no go ever complain. You will not be angry with anybody, even with your father. That you are born in a poor home, you should be happy. God, thank God I'm born here. So what am I supposed to do right now? And when you ask questions, you need to get answer, because statement closes the mind, questions opens the mind. Ask questions, don't say, okay, man, every test and trial you pass through is part of the process. And it's designed to transform you, improves your mindset, improve your tool set, and your skill set. This is what it was designed for. So don't write this one down, but listen to me. I should come out of every trial better, bolder, ultimate version of myself. I should come out on the other side, becoming the powerful person. I should come out of every trial, becoming a great person. I should not come out the same way I went in. The only way a man will come out the same way he went in is that the man start complaining, he start murmuring. In fact, the man is good at blame game and complain game. Can anybody win in blame game and complain game? The person can never win in life game. Tell a life game.
Life game.
I ask a question. Why do you know that Joseph did not complain? When he met his brother finally, It's like you guys meant it for good, but God meant it for better for me. He even gave them food because he thought that the guy was happy, he was grateful for what he was passing through. He was so grateful. In fact, his confession shows that he was grateful. In fact, one of the church in Manasseh also, he said that God blessed me in the foreign land. He was so grateful that he passed you through a process. So every process was not meant to kill you, was meant to make you stronger. Tell your neighbor, right or no? Tell your neighbor, every process was not meant to kill you, was to make you stronger. Every process was not meant to kill you. So you are passing through a process for a refine. If not, every gold must pass through fire. If I write it on your note, every gold must pass through fire. Every diamond must pass through pressure. Every gold must pass through fire. Every diamond must pass through pressure. Every gold must pass through fire. Every diamond must pass through pressure. Every crude oil must pass through fractional distillation to get petrol diesel. So every human being must pass through process. Everybody must pass through process. So don't dodge it. How am I sure you must pass through process? God said, when you pass through water, I will be with you. When you pass through fire, I will be with you. God said, if you pass. So rejoice when you pass through these things. I am with you. When you pass through driver temptation, driver trial, even though that the one I'm sending you to, that you have to be gentle as dove and be wise as serpents, because there are wolves. You must pass through process. Don't enjoy, rejoice in the process. So every gold must pass through fire. Every diamond must pass through pressure. Every human being must pass through process. And when I talk like this, I always tell us, not all the birds are what? Eagles. Not all the cats are what? Lion. Not all human beings are what? Royalty. You are a royalty. You are a royalty person. You must pass through process. And the better and the faster you pass through this process, the primary investment, knowledge investment process, skill investment process, investing in your business and investing in quality relationship, the faster you grow. They give you book to read them. They say, let's do fasting. See, fast. Anything they say you will do that for your health, do it. Pass through process, pass and well. So that when you come out better, shining. So don't ever think that you will bypass process. And if you bypass process, you will not yield to your desired outcome, result, or harvest. Harvest always speaks of the produce and or product or prosperity or progress. Harvest. Every seed that brings harvest must pass through process. Write this down on your note. Your potential must be submitted to a process. Your potentials, your seeds and potentials, your seed and potential must be submitted to a process of time. Your seeds and potentials must be submitted to a process of time. Every seeds and potentials, my seeds and potentials, my seed. I'm a footballer, I like to play football. I must subject it to mentorship. I must have a coach. Every seeds and potentials of my life must be submitted to the process of time for me to have harvest and produce results I desire. Every, of course, seeds and potentials of my life must be submitted to a process of time to give me the harvest and the produce of the result I desire. So you must subject your seeds and potentials to a process of time. I must subject. I'm a boxer, I must get a coach. Submit to a mentor. You want to go into a business, the shortest cut is to get a mentor. Don't say I'm full of energy. Hey, okay, make some of us not talk anything happen to us. I lost 86 million because I felt that I don't need anybody's advice. This Port life I went to, have a big office, make money, travel to Dubai, travel here, come back. If I want the trips, I went to Tanzania. There's an island called Zanzibar. Me and my wife went and spent 2 weeks also in Zanzibar. We went to this in Tebe. We took a little helicopter to this island. This island is surrounded by water. So this particular island is called Zanzibar in Tanzania. Me and my wife went there. And after the 2 weeks, they went to Dubai. So we were just spending money. And then nobody talked to me. And who are you? But when I was come back to Port Harcourt, you come to my office. You want to talk to me. The first one I ask you, how much do you have? I don't talk to you if you're a poor man. Just, but I don't want it to anybody. Nobody was talking to me again. And I felt that, I have energy, I have this thing. You will lose the money. And when you lose your mind, your eyes open like this. Where another time you go, no. So now we are telling you, you don't need to pass through that rough one. That is, learn from and pass to experience. It's not all the experience you have to experience. So you have to learn from other people. Yes or yes? So every seed of greatness or potentials you have in your life must be submitted to a process of time to give you the harvest and produce you want. So no matter how you are to have a baby, you must still wait for 9 months. Yes or yes? So don't bypass the process. So the process involves growing. Write this one down very, very well on your note, boldly on your note. Please, even if you have not written anything down today, write this one down. The process involves growing down before growing up. The process involves growing down before growing up. The process involves growing down before growing up. Any seed when no go down can never grow up. If you grow up, that seed, that tree will fall. Every tree you see that stand very tall, Iroko tree, they have a deep root down. So we are telling you the root you need to put down is four things: knowledge investment, skill investment, invest in your business, and invest in quality relationship. One of the fastest way to succeed in life is quality relationships, because bad communication corrupts good manners. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Quality relationship, because he that walk with the wise will be what?
Wise.
Companion of fools will be what? Destroy. Who is a fool? Proverbs 1 verse 22 says, fools do what? Hate knowledge. You don't need relationship that hates knowledge. I said process involve growing down before doing what? Growing up. Write this one. This means that establishing roots before eating the fruit. Establishing roots before eating the fruit. You must establish roots before you look out for fruit. You must establish. This means that establishing root. Underline the word establishing root. Establishing root before eating the fruit. Before eating the fruit. I met a young man 2 days ago on the internet. The guy, he was showing his picture where he was throwing money in the clubs and boarding private jets. Beanie boy. You know, he said that I did not do anything wrong. Oh. The only thing I did wrong was that I never established roots before doing all these things. Like, the guy is broke. The guy is doesn't. He has cars and house. He's constantly broke right now. He doesn't have any car. He said that he's not drinking. That he's not a drunkard. He doesn't drink too much. Maybe 1 or 2 bottles, but he's not even a drunk. He can stay without. He doesn't womanize. He doesn't. The only problem that he did wrong was that he was using his money to give people that come to him, collecting, giving, helping people, do charity, and because he never bought an asset. He never budgeted his money. He never called money names. You must call money names. The way you call your children names, the way you call dogs name, you must give money name. You must call this one treasury bills, bond, mutual fund, charity accounts, investment, house rent. You must budget your money. Every 1,000 naira you have, budget it. Budgeting is what poor men don't do. Every rich man do budgeting. But federal government have budget, yes or yes?
Yes.
Talk to me now. State government have budget, yes or yes?
Yes.
Every champion bureaus have budget, yes or yes? Bank have budget, yes or yes? Poor men are the only one on earth that spend money without budget. You know why they spend money without budget? Because poor men are like China phone. They don't obey instructions. What did I say?
Poor men are like China gold. They don't obey instructions.
That's what the Bible says in the book of Proverbs 18 verse 18. Proverbs 18 verse 18, it says, poverty and shame shall be to those that refuse instruction. Poverty and what? Shame. Shame. So the point that he started giving charity without not having root, without not having assets. You are not qualified to give charity more than 5% in a month. So if you don't know how much you earn, how much do you buy for charity? Come out 5% and keep. And say, when that money finished, every I come to beg you money, tell them that the money has finished. It is not all the problem you should solve in this life. Tell your neighbor. It is not all the problem you should solve in this life. Tell your neighbor. Some problems die by ignoring them. Tell your neighbor. Some problems expire with time. You have been working hard, solving problems. Last month you make 2 million naira. Now I'm talking to you, you are broke already. 200,000 in your account. Last 2 months you make 10 million naira. No, then I want 50,000 in your account. Because every time you are making money, you lose money. Every money you lose. Because you don't give anybody money. Carry your money, go buy assets. Assets. When assets bring money, now you go do dorime. What is income generating asset or investment? Anything that appreciates in value and gives you money independent of effort. So when you do, some people be angry with you. Let them be angry. People's opinion don't pay your bills. Tell your neighbor. People's opinion don't pay your bills. If they're angry, let them go and hug transformer. Tell your neighbor. If they're angry, hug transformer. See, there is something then. If you fail in this life, oh my God, people will laugh you. They will laugh you. You don't understand. You need courage. I'm telling you this, you need courage. Tell neighbor, I have courage. To be temporarily stingy. And be permanently generous. You must be temporarily stingy for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Use that money to buy assets. That time is called delayed gratification. What does it called?
Delayed gratification.
That delayed gratification and patience is one of the biggest assets of a wealthy man. Instant gratification, impatient, one of the biggest liability of a poor man. So you must deny yourself of shawarma, ice cream, pizza for 3 months, 1 month, 2, 6 months. Use that money. You're going to live on basic. They're not basic. Basic means food, shelter, clothing. What did I say? Food, shelter, clothing. And I've been singing this thing like song. You don't need too much clothes until you need just 1 or 2 shoes. Finish. Blue or black or brown. Me, I get black shoes. So anyone I wear, now black I wear. Yes or yes? Ah, now what for you? Now 3 black shoes I get. So anyone you see me in a black. So anyone you want anything I wear in a black. So in a black shoe. So no, before now 1 shoe I wear for 2 months, 3 months. I know they send anybody. You see me that in that shoe I wear. So I'm not on case. Just get 3 shades, three trousers. 7 shades, 2 trousers, blue, black and brown. Finish. If you're a guy, just get 7 boxers, 7 singlets, 7 kerchief. In fact, the more you repeat your clothes shows that you are the owner. Yes or yes? So what are you killing yourself for? Don't kill yourself. You need to own assets. Assets. Let me end this class. I know my time is gone. So don't mind me, right? So I want to give you a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we close the class. Let's write it like this now. Growing down means 5 things. Growing down means 5 things. It means number 1, growing in the secret. Growing in the secret. Growing in secret. Let's put it like that. Growing down means, when I say grow down, I mean 5 things. I mean grow in the secret. Number 2, grow in silence. Grow in silence. Growing in silence. Growing in silence. Growing down means 5 things. It means growing in the secret, growing in silence. Because every seed you plant, they all grow in silence. They don't make noise. But when they grow, you call that to hear big noise, boom. But when they're growing, no noise. So growing down, when I say grow down, I mean grow in secret, growing in silence, growing without celebrating. Number 3, growing without celebrating. Without celebrating. I call it the law of progress. The law of progress says that don't celebrate success for too long. Don't regret failure. Always ask what next. The law of progress says that don't regret failures. Don't celebrate for too long. Always ask what next. So don't too celebrate, because now you are buying. People will laugh at you. But I give you, see, this thing I'm telling you, if you do it for 6 months, whether you do this thing for 6 months or not, 6 months will still come and go. Yes or yes? Yes. Whether you plan for your 6 months or not, 6 months will still come and go. Yes or yes? Yes. Whether you plan for 6 months, time will still be gone. You plan for the time. So it's better to plan, because he that failed to plan to fail. If I sit and say, okay, I need to save 1 million naira in the next 6 months to buy assets, because it is not the money you save that will save you, the money you invest that will save you. So now, every money I have, I will pay myself 10%. You must be disciplined to follow the process. Discipline is very important. If you don't have a dream to own assets, there is wahala. What are you dreaming to become next 1 year, next 5 years, next 10 years? See, and if you see a man that is still working hard for money at 40, 50, 60 years, it shows you a man that ate his errand boy at 20 or 30 years. Nobody sat him down to tell me, Oga, this for 20 years and 30 years. You will not be 22 years 2 times. You will not be 23 years 3 times. You will not be 30 years 3 times. All of us going to be +1 this year, whether you like it or not. Yes or yes? Yeah. So this time, you must deny yourself for pleasure. Pay yourself 10%. Open that account. Keep it. So you can buy assets. So by 40 years, money is working for you. I want money to work for you. The only surest way I know money can work for you is to own assets, investment, and assets. Buy trade, you be born, mutual fund, buy land, buy house. By 40 years, I'm telling people by 40 years, people are going to be playing draft. You see, playing draft. And if you join us and play draft, you are killing yourself, because you never know that he did talk it out. You never know that we have invested that draft I'm playing. When I stand up from there, 10 million, 2 million, it's in my account. So I don't want to ever work at old age. Old age is to enjoy. Tell not enjoy. Old age is to travel around the world, explore. Money will not be a problem again. Before you expect that harvest, you must plant now and follow process. Tell not process. The process of production. You want to have a good life tomorrow. It's not by fasting and prayer. If I say you are blessed now, you shout amen, amen, amen. Fire. When you pray, finish. See, faith without work is dead. Yes or yes? Yes. You are not talking to you. Angry with me right now. That is a religion is killing. Because religion is only just want God to do miracles for you without you not doing anything. Now, the God of Elijah, send down fire, fire, fire. Bro, wake up, wake up, wake up. You want manna to come from heaven. Let me tell you something. The good news that manna is not coming again. Tell your neighbor. Manna is not coming again. Manna only manifests if you plant your seed or potential in a process. Then you give it time to get the harvest. Tell the harvest. Now they might go show. Number 4. I said growing down means Growing in what? In secret. Growing where? In silence. Growing where? Without celebrating. Number 4, growing without recognition. Forget recognition now. When they work, they will recognize us. They will recognize us without recognition. Growing without recognition. Recognition is coming. You think we are joking? All of us, I told you, you're going to be in the World Stadium with me at the biggest auditorium in Asia. I used to tell people last time before I took them there. The day I took my team to the stage, it was chatting. I'll play one of the videos, one of these that you see. So we are going to mount the stage, but we're not going to mount the stage like mouse. We'll mount the stage like giant, champion, lion, champion. It means that if you open your mouth, the people will know that you are well fed. You know, a child that is fed, you see him, a child that is partial cord, you see him like this, right? Yes. When you open up your mouth, you tell the world who you are. So I want you to become knowledgeable. I want you to become, of course, learned. I want you to become, what again? Affluent. Then affluent. That when men see you, they see men of not just competent, a man of character. Then character. Skills and competence takes you to the top. Character sustain you there. So you don't just pray. You must sit down to learn these principles. They're not principles. You must get a note. Sit down. Forget about age. Forget about anything. That's not the problem. Whether you must become better. Money has to work for you. Whether the money likes it or not. Because money is a bad master and a great servant. Tell us, servant. Money must serve you. Whether he likes it or not. Money must mean money in your hand. Say amen. Yeah, I'm not talking to you. The money must work for you. Say amen. I'm tired of seeing people complain about money around me. So if this money is, let's speak money as a subject. Let's speak in verse. So let's begin to study this thing because we must find solutions. I cannot handle that property to my children. I can never handle. If I did not go for a wealthy must come from me. Yes or yes? The devil knows already. So the guy is afraid already. Because the kind of people are really like now, men that will understand money, that money is a slip of value. They're not value. We become so much value that we attract equivalent. You don't pursue success. Success is something you attract. They don't attract. Success is predictable. Tell them, neighbor. Success is predictable.
Success is predictable.
Success leaves clues. Tell them, success leaves clues.
Success leaves clues.
So we follow the clues of success. The last one on the list, we'll call it today. Number 5. You are with me, shall I? Some of you are angry with me right now. Are you angry with me now? Okay, now it says, growing without reward. Growing without reward. Growing without reward. Without reward. Reward will come. When you plant a seed, it's growing, no problem. He knows he will bear fruit. He will bear fruit bountifully. You know, this mango will seed will bear fruit. You are most patient with the process. You must be orange seed and planting will grow. You have to, no reward, no problem. Keep putting, keep fertilizing it. It will grow. So when you finish, stand down and take action with the knowledge you give. Because until what you know becomes what you do, you don't know anything. So you must act on what you know. You must take action. That's the difference between. If you take action without knowledge, it's called hustling. Then hustling. If you have knowledge, you don't take action. It's called frustration. What else is called? Now you know so much you cannot do. No, stand up and act until what you know is useful to someone else. What you know is useless. They're not useless. Please, we're going to continue part 2 tomorrow. We have a lot to share. We have a lot to learn. So that whenever you pass through a process, pass through it well. Because that will determine how big your harvest will be. We're going to the foreground. There are a lot of things about your life because you need to sit down and discover yourself. Because understanding yourself helps you to understand everything around you. A man that can control himself is a very powerful man. Can control anything. A man that can discipline himself, nobody will discipline him because you must pass through yourself. That determine yourself. Say, I must be great. Any business I go into, I must go into. Either I succeed or I succeed. We are not quitting. We are not quitting. Quitting is not an option. Tell me on neighbor. Quitting is not an option. Do you know why it's not an option? Because quitting doesn't make the journey faster. Tell your neighbor. Quitting doesn't make the journey faster. And there's no need to pursue 2 rats at the same time. Solidify before you diversify. So you must solidify. You must maintain focus. When a man's eyes is single, the body is full of what? Light. Divided attention is divided energy. What did I say? Divided attention, divided energy. Stop dividing your attention. Anything can make you a multi-millionaire. That's the best we can take today. But the class is 1 hour, 8 to 9. So sorry, I think we have succeeded 9 o'clock. Okay, just a minute to 9. Okay, we are around about time here. So, and then I want to appreciate all the online community that create time to join us. So tomorrow's class, you cannot afford to miss tomorrow's class. Tomorrow's class is an epic, I can assure you. Coming tomorrow's class, you're going to live more empowered, more inspired to become the ultimate version of yourself, to become the best version of yourself, the stronger, bolder version of yourself. So you cannot miss tomorrow's class. But I want to also give you a professional advice. Never you get into a business without a mentor. Do you know why? Mentorship is the shortest cut to success. He that stand on the shoulder of mentors will suffer. See you tomorrow. See you at the top. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful time. God bless everybody. So right now, I want to encourage everybody here. Please, if you learned something today, maybe just 1 or 2 things you've learned today, maybe you learned so much. Please, I want to actually say, go to our YouTube channel, Please, if we need your